First day of first grade.
First day of first grade.
Excited?
Mhm.
Show me what you got. New book bag? Spider-Man. Spider-Man shirt too?
Spider-Man shoes.
I don't see Spider-Man shoes.
Their boots. It's raining.
Oh.
Spider-Man shoes are in my backpack, so when I get to school.
You excited for your first day?
Mhm.
What are you excited the most about?
Everything. Awesome.
Have a good day.
Bye.
What you doing?
It's raining.
Is that what that's for?
Mhm.
So you don't get wet? You're not gonna get wet, huh? See if we're picking up
Alright, no more of that. Dude, I don't play The Sims, man. I don't play. Why do people on Facebook try to request you to play games? I think it's like spam.
That's what The Sims do when they're rocking.
Can you say this?
Yeah,
They just said it's all their friends though.
Do you play?
move it.
Yeah,
I could. I couldn't tell if I could at first. Now I can't.
That's how what's his name met
Okay.
this girl, the blonde hair chick from Michigan. Is playing a game. Jason. Yeah.
No, I mean,
Oh.
like live.
Oh.
Just think it's parts that are like easy.
Oh, I agree.
That one was just never done. I heard no way. Like your guitar.
That's on.
Oh my god.
Ready? I'll go. Hi there, I'm Sino. And action. Hi, I'm Sino. This is A-Mac.
Hi. And we are Backstage with the band Beneath It All.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's going on? Yeah,
We're gonna go around and have you guys introduce yourself and say what instrument you play. We'll start on in there.
Tony Rugby, play lead guitar.
Brandon P. Guitar, rhythm, and something.
Derek Jackson, token black guy. Lead vocalist.
You died first in the movie, man.
Yeah, man, all the time, man.
Aaron, Baby Dude, Macedonia. I played Beat Up the Skins.
And missing is Ian Bender, plays the bass, right?
Yes, Ian,
What's up, Ian?
our long beard friend.
Jesus.
We're glad to have you guys on the show. Tell us, how long has Beneath It All been together?
3 years. 3 years we've been together. And it's been a long journey, man.
A lot of musicians trying to find the
Yeah.
right fit.
A lot of musicians,
Yeah.
a lot of frustrations and stuff. But, you know, we're where we need to be now, though.
How many different changes have you made until you reached this point?
Oh, gosh.
Probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think every you know, instrument besides vocals, you know, guitar, drums, you know, bass guitar player, all great guys. I mean, they all really are.
So you're the brainchild of it, and you built this band around you, and found these awesome guys that...
Well, to be honest, I was in a band when I moved from Ohio to Indiana. I was in a band called Elemental, and these guys were already formed, like great musicians and stuff like that. And I was like stepping into the band, and you know, when you step into a band as a vocalist, you're really at the mercy of the musicians in the band.
Right.
And I love those guys. We're still good friends to this day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, creativity, you know, wasn't really there for me. It was there for them. And so when Elemental like disbanded, you know, Jason's playing with Rames now, Jeff Rames, and they're doing excellent. They just got off tour with Five Finger Death Punch and Cabo. They're doing like big things. When the band sort of switched and everybody went their own way, it was time for me to figure out what I was going to do. And so I wanted to form a band of musicians that had no egos like a lot of bands have, that were all about the music and that we could all come together and be friends. You know? So 3 years it took to get to this point. So.
It's necessary to go through a couple different changes before you find the right fit. You guys strictly always been originals or do covers as well?
All original.
All original.
That's awesome.
All original.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Can you guys describe your style?
Well, it's kind of like if you would take a mixture of like Five Finger Death Punch and like All That Remains and Kill Switch and like Avenged Sevenfold and put them together. Like our choruses and our breakdowns are really heavy, really melodic. It take a lot of syncopation and patience to learn. But when it comes to the choruses, we try to be catchy. You know, when Derek writes his choruses and he sings, and Tony writes his riffs as far as the choruses go. They're really catchy and really like happy sounding. But it can go from like something really heavy, like rah rah rah, to like something really funky. And then the next verse is gonna be a total like breakdown that's just gonna like punch you right in the fucking
Throat.
people.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we're different. I mean, it's totally, it's different from any other band. I'm sure you ever heard.
You know, I still want to ask, like Tony. When I met Tony, it was at Brass Rail, and we were there to see what band was it? Zephaniah. Awesome band, man.
Yeah.
Awesome, and all those guys are still awesome guys, even though Zephaniah is not together. But
That's where you got your bases from, right?
exactly. Yeah, we were lucky. But we met Tony, and I knew he played guitar from a person that we were with, and he came into the band. We started playing. I really thought the guitar players that I played with were just excellent. He just blew my mind, and I was like, now I really have to get my game together.
Yeah.
Because I am definitely not the strongest link in our group. And then Tony came on board, and Tony's influences are pretty insane. I mean, what do you think? If you ask Tony like that question, what do you think? As far as our music is, like if there was style.
I don't know. I'm influenced by like every genre of metal. Like I love power metal, melodic death metal from like Europe and stuff like that. I love progressive metal. Death metal, I listen to it all, so we kind of have all that in our sound, I guess. I mean, that's where I get a lot of ideas from, that's where our riffs come from.
And so I'd hear him play a riff, and I'm thinking, all right, you can't just write this standard. This is going to take a case of beer on a weekend under the fireplace, and hey guys, I'll just take this music and go somewhere, and then go somewhere literally in my mind and write it. And I really didn't know if I could write something that would be catchy, that would hit the pulse of the people that we're trying to communicate with. And I tell you, it's pushed my game up as a writer, And in turn, with this group, every practice, we're trying to push the envelope. A song may sound like this on this day, and 6 months down the road sound completely different. Because we don't just play it, we're constantly trying to, it mutates and improves. Yeah. And the cool thing about the guys in our band, we're always trying to get better. We don't think we're the best at what we do, but we try to get better at what we do.
That's really necessary as a musician, because if you think that you're super awesome already, chances are you're not. If you can't realize that there's room to grow, you're not going to do anything. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see.
So you guys are doing some pretty major things. You guys have some big shows coming up, and you also have a manager.
Yeah.
Your manager's name is Oleg. Why'd you guys get a manager, and why'd you choose him?
Well, all right. To make a long story, Oleg is one of my good friends. Oleg is from Ukraine. He came here, and he has done. I believe there's no excuses in life. If a guy can come from Ukraine to America and graduate from IPFW in business and organizational leadership, and has already networked and works for 3 companies. He's the head of one of the head of the VIP operations at Early Birds in less than 8 months. Then he's a person that we need on our side and stuff as a friend and as a manager. And he's always talking about our band. And then we also have an awesome opportunity to meet Dina, who, you know, just graduated, whoop whoop for her.
Yeah.
But she's also got a lot of connections. She's very goal driven, and she knows the business. And so with her and Oleg coming together, we know that we have a great team that is going to represent us and do the hard work as far as booking and stuff and dealing with the negotiations and all that stuff. And plus Oleg's 6'8", and so with him and Dina, they're like unstoppable. They'll go in there like mafia style and get stuff done. So
You guys worry about making great music, and they worry about making it so you guys
exactly.
represent.
Yeah, exactly. And Oleg can learn a lot from Dina. He doesn't have a lot of experience, little if any, as far as the musical industry goes, promoting shows, that kind of thing. And he graduated from IFW in his business degree and whatnot. But I feel that Oleg's experience and Dina's know-how as far as the music scene works around here, I mean, they could be a very powerful counterpart and getting us shows and making sure everything's flowing the way it should be.
And one last thing too, you know, you see a lot of bands, they get out there and, you know, they make it quick or something, and they lose their identity, and their friends are gone. You know, I mean, when we do this, I want to have my friends around me involved, because we all have talented friends that can do things for us. And why go outside the box and get somebody that we don't trust, that may be corrupt? You know, I want to have people that I can trust around me and take them with us. Let's go party together. Let's do this thing together. Let's all get better together. You know? So.
Let's see. What are some of your best and worst memories of being together, the band or on stage?
Well, at one time, I got it.
No. All right. In this growing process of 3 years, you go through musicians, and you know, it's everybody wears their heart on their sleeve. You know, true musicians, they play what they feel, and when they're told or when they leave a group, it's a tough thing. And you know, last year in January, we were like playing the show and everything was going good, and one of our brothers had something come up, a family issue, and the band had to take a halt. I mean, I had stuff going on too, and it was tough, and I knew it was frustrating for all of us. And when we all finally got back together 8 months later, it was like, all right, what do we do now, and who out of our members of our band are truly going to believe in what we're doing now? You know, you have to. Me and Tony met with our one guitar player at Peanuts, and he was so like, you know, hey, yeah, let's do it, and then he disappeared. You know, and the guy is talented as all get out. You know, with our music, a drummer is not easy to find.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and
that's probably one of the most difficult things to replace.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, you know.
It can be such a different interpretation of it.
Exactly.
Especially doing originals.
Yeah. Oh, many drummers. And then, you know, to pick up Brandon, like our newest member was strictly luck, you know. But really, with our music, you know, you have to have two guitar players that can harmonize together.
Right.
And it's not easy. Like, people may think they can do it, and you get them in practice, and it's like, oh man.
Not just that, but the sound's got to fit, the equipment, you know, what you guys do with all the little gadgets. It's got to work well together, right?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
You can say something, Matt.
Who's some of the guys you've shared the stage with?
Shoot, man.
Well,
You're getting ready to do some big things.
well, in the past I've opened up for bands like Kuna Coil, Shadows Fall, Motograder was the recent one last summer. They were on their tour on the way to Lollapalooza, and happened to pass by the Gin Mill. And it was on a Thursday. They called up my previous band at the time and asked if we'd play opening act. It was a last minute thing, and so the Motograder show was pretty cool. But as far as nationals go, Nicole, Shadows Fall, Motograder, and then the guys beneath the are getting ready for the Straight Line Stitch show on Monday.
Yeah, something like that.
And then and we're
Monday, right?
Yeah,
Monday.
Wrigley Field Bar and Grill, 21st.
What time does that show start?
Right.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yes.
You guys go on right at 8?
8 o'clock. Yep.
9 o'clock. Yeah, my manager's in the background here.
Show up early, get some food.
Yeah, and that's just it, you know, like when I have a show, like I like to bring everybody out and have a good time, and you know, it's not uncommon for me to go and buy pitchers of beer for people, you know, just come out and you know, have a good time, yeah. And so, you know, it's an honor to play with a band like Straight Line Stitch. I remember 10 years ago seeing these guys and seeing an African American female kicking butt, man, on the stage. She's awesome. And to be playing with these guys, I mean, they've been on tour with Linkin Park, they've been on tour all over Europe, and they're coming and we're playing with them. And it's like, wow, you know, in a short amount of time of us coming back, this is our, what, third show back?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just goes to show you what we're capable of, and you know how powerful our music is. I mean, really, in all reality, you can't, you know, compare us to any other band from our way. It's just something so unique. I mean, Derek grew up singing R&B. You know, he's got a tremendous voice. You know, it's like you put him in a metal band. I mean, other than Kill Switch, but you wouldn't, you know, expect him to come out and just, you know, just belt out all kinds of, you know, notes. We're playing blast beats and hella double bass and harmonizing guitar solos.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it unique. It's heavy. But a lot of people are like, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't like your music. But we're heavy, but you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
You just leave the screaming up to, you know, me or whatever, and then focal points, that kind of thing. If he's going to sing on a chorus, I'll back it up with a scream or something like that. But it's just, I'm just saying, it's just really melodic, and it's something anyone can listen to and enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, if you would just sit down and listen to his lyrics or read his lyrics for a second, you know, everything he writes goes from the heart. Because it's really deep. A lot of it's, you know, life-oriented, you know, things he's been through in the past with his family and you know, and endeavors in his life, and, you know, even hopes for the future. I mean, this guy is a talented lyricist.
Gosh, I'm blushing. I know you can't see it.
It's just really meaningful. I mean, I'm really happy that I couldn't be any happier as a musician at this point.
Well, you know, and I always tell these guys, I get my lyrics from the musicians. When Tony plays a note, I truly believe there's a word associated with that note.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm translating what he's playing on guitar. I mean, you know, what do you think?
Definitely brings out pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't put something down that everybody doesn't agree on. You know, I'm not gonna write something and be like, that's the way it is. You know, it's like, hey, what do you think? And Tony will be honest with me, and he'll say, you know, hey, man, you know, I really don't.
Change it.
Yeah, and I'll do that, and that pushes me. I mean, you only know what you know. The great people are able to take that criticism and advice and like cultivate it and make it into something awesome. And that's what we're trying to do. So.
Well, a lot of bands, they aspire, you know, to tour a lot, you know, money, fame, all that. The important question for me to ask you guys is, how many groupies do you hope to acquire in your musical career?
You're only talking to those two there.
No, not me.
Yeah, he's
Give me
got
numbers here. Give me real numbers.
Well,
I got one there.
I'm lucky to have found an awesome girlfriend of mine. She's, I couldn't ask for anyone more supportive than her as far as music goes.
We're so good.
She's-
Oh my gosh. We know who's going to be watching this
I'm
later.
just saying, I mean, she's always at the shows supporting me, and I've never had that growing up, that kind of support from her. I mean, let alone my family, of course, but, you know, from your significant other, a lot of support, you know, as well as Tony's wife, I'm sure, and Brandon's wife as well.
So
It
who's
helps.
Me?
You're the single one?
I'm a
single.
singer.
You hope to acquire in your musical career?
You know what? Honestly, I think I'm not really looking at that.
No.
To be honest, I mean, after a show, I'm sweating like I stole something. There's no girls. I'm not gonna be hugging anybody because I'm just like. So I go to the back and I'm just like trying to cool down and stuff like that. But I do this because that's what I was born to do. I grew up poor, like show and tell, I'd go in and rap Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something.
You hear that, ladies? He's sensitive. He's
Yes.
not looking for groupies.
Yes.
That's your number.
No,
now.
but I mean, it's not about that for us, and it's cool because I know, Tony's wife Kelly is like the biggest freaking rock supporter
That is
ever. I know Melissa, she was keeping the door like mafia style at her last show, making sure people paid. And I know Keista is like a down girl that just is very supportive. I mean, she is metal. And we have a good group of people around us, and so at the end of the day, I mean, we're not about that. We're about getting out the message and making Fort Wayne relevant. I mean, there's so many great bands that are here in Fort Wayne, and there's such a great musicianal talent here. We got to support each other and get out there and get people out. You got to hustle. You can't just go and play and expect people to show up. You got to go and be like, hey man, can you go to the show? Like, build relationships with people.
Right. Absolutely.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to do. I mean, the groupies come, that's cool, but that's not my sole purpose.
Well, we appreciate Beneath It All being on the show. If you're watching this, go see their show Monday, 21st at Wrigley Field Bar and Grill at 9 p.m. But show up at 8. Get something to eat, get something to drink. Buy a couple of these pictures.
Hang out with us.
Yes.
Hang out with them. They're real cool guys, as you can see.
Thank you,
And
guys.
support them along the way. Thanks for watching the Backstage Pass live interview with them. And
Once again, I'm Sino.
I'm Maybach.
And
you got a Backstage Pass.
Yeah. Dude, awesome.
That was awesome.
Blue, man.
That was cool.